I'm sure if you're like me, you have photos from a trip that you've taken sometime at some point that you haven't printed the photos for, or even gone and organized any of the photos. This trip, these photos are from a trip in 2013 that my mother and I took down to the east coast of Canada. And it was in 2013, went to New Brunswick to Cushbuckwak National Park. Hi, my name is Amanda Farlinger with From Where I Stamp, and I help women tell their story and capture memories through scrapbooking. So tune in and sit with me. We are going to scrapbook these photos in 2 different ways. So, very iconic photo. Write the year in the province or wherever you are in the sand. Take a photo. Make sure you take a selfie where you are. And then, of course, the sand dunes, which are just gorgeous. So I have these photos here, plus a whole bunch. My mother and I both had our own cameras, and we were just snapping photos like crazy. And I mean, who doesn't these days? But these were digital cameras, not on our phones. And so we couldn't share them right away, and we weren't sharing them on social media right away. So it's different to go back and go, okay, what day was this and who took which? And oh, we both have the same photo, so which one do we like better? And I'm sure if you've gone on a trip with someone and you've both taken photos, you know my pain. So I've just gone through and printed some photos. So what I've done is we have these pocket pages, and I'm just going to clear this away for a minute. Let's see, they're not going to show up so well on there. So that's why I have this. Oops, I don't want to bury my photos. All right, my favorite color, Gorgeous Grape. No, that's Highland Heather. Sorry, Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape are my 2 favorite purples that Stampin' Up! Has. All right, so we have this 6x8 full page as an option, and this come in a pack. Then there's 2 4x6s. That's what we're going to use next. And then we have 4 3x4s. Then we have 2 3x4s on the top and 1 4x6 at the bottom. And then a 4x6 at the top and 2 3x4s on the bottom. So this comes as one pack, and generally you can do 2 to 3 packs in an album. And I'm mixing it up a little bit because I'm going to put these 6x8 pages. So here's the, oops, you can't see it. Here's the 2 4x6 slots, and I have 4 photos like so. And I'm going to put these 2 on one side and these 2 on this side. Now, you have to remember that the bottom pocket only has the cut on the one side. Now, a tip for you is if you have a take your pick tool, this tab here, so not the sharp pointy tab, but the little paddle part. So if you to take it off, you just untwist or twist back on. So this can help you open up those pockets. So that way, if you don't have fingernails or have issues opening up, here, let me pull up the purple with it too. So it just slides right in there to open up that pocket. All right, so we want this, this, and this. And then I'm going to put myself behind the 2013. So I just put them back to front and slide it right in. You could tape these, not tape them, but use some of the Stampin' Seal to adhere them together. So that's an option. And then back to front here. And we just slide them in the open, in the open part up here. And then this page is done. So now we have kind of our start of our scrapbook layouts. And then it goes like this. And then we have this one. So I've used one of the 3x4 cards in the Thoughtful Journey Memories and More card packs. We're going to use that to make a 12x12 page here in a moment. But I wanted to show you how easy it would be to create a whole bunch of layouts in pocket pages and put them in an album if you wanted, or to mix and match these with 12x12 pages. So then we flip it over. So this is the back side of that one card, and I've added in some other photos. And then we have the 4 3x4. So here, you probably won't be able to see them, but oh, you can. The little sandpapers, and then the little let's say they're little feet, but they're footprints. So life is an adventure, which certainly was an adventure of a trip. And then this side, there's my mom, a heron, the back side of that card. So it's one card. And then, of course, my feet in the ocean. So next what we're going to do is I've grabbed 3 more photos of the boardwalk. And that's going to go here. So if you're looking in my scrapbook, it should be something like this. So you open, you open, you open, and then here's a 12 by 12 page. So you can mix and match these if you have, and these fit into a ring album. This, of course, won't fit in one of our albums we have currently, but Stampin' Up! Is bringing out some more scrapbooking items later this year, which I'm really, really excited for. So hopefully we'll have more details in September or maybe late August, but in September. So I'm really, really excited. So this pack of Memories and More cards doesn't have any stickers or die cuts or anything like that. So it has these 4 by 6 cards. And they're double-sided, so it's 2 of each card. So this one says Making Memories. And the back side is a watercolor wash type deal with some flowers. So I've chosen some. Oh, I guess I should show some of the 3x4s. So then the 3x4s are here as well, which I've used some of my pages. So you can use these with these in an album with some photos and just plop them in there. And you don't need much embellishments or anything extra if you don't want. Makes a nice, easy, like a do-it-yourself kit, make-it-yourself kit type deal. So now what I've done is I've matched up some of the colors that are in the pack. So I'm using Bubble Bath and Fresh Freesia, Misty Moonlight, which is one of my favorite blues, Peach Pie, which I'm still not sure of, but I think it makes the photo pop, and then Basic White. And I tried to pull some of the colors from, you kind of can, kind of can't. Maybe it's how the photo was developed, but that was a gorgeous sunset. So it had the oranges and the pinks and the blues and the purples in it. So if you noticed, when I picked this up, there's a 3x4 card there and a 3x4 card there. So we're going to do a little trick of the eye on that in a moment, because I want these to be like this, but there's an empty spot. But I don't, because these are 3x4 cards, they aren't going to stretch all the way across. We can cut them up and look like it's stretched. Kind of like what I've done with this 4x6 card. Is I cut it in half, so that way I can create a little, because I love the little script and the watercolor wash. So that's going to go at the bottom here. And then I've pulled in some 8.5 by 11 Fresh Freesia and cut it, and a little bit of Misty Moonlight. And this card was a 3x4 card. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. So it was a 3x4 card, and I've cut it kind of in the middle, not quite the middle because it wasn't centered completely, and then trimmed off the top and the bottom. So I'm going to use this as my title for this page. All right. So now, first I'm going to add, I think what I'm going to do is this is going to be up a little bit off the bottom. So I'm just going to slide this up. Let's slide this up. And this layout is going to be a no stamping layout. Maybe I need some more glue. Glue. Brand new glue. My favorite is this liquid, multi-purpose liquid adhesive, because I find it's a lot easier to put on. You could use tear tape, but then you can't reposition it. You can also use the Stampin' Seal. So that would be an alternative, but I find the liquid adhesive is a little easier for me to put on. So if you're not sure which adhesive works best for you, you may want to play around with a couple different ones or send me a message and we can chat about what you might want to try out. Okay, so we'll put that there. And I'm using the glass mat. The glass mat was available as a sign-up if you became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator during celebration in January and February of this year, but they've brought them back due to high demand. So it's something that you can purchase, the glass mat now. And it's fun to use for scrapbook layouts, especially when you're piecing things together, kind of like I am here. All right, next we're going to take our Fresh Freesia and Misty Moonlight, and I randomly just cut sizes, I think, and kind of went, yeah, this looks good. And sometimes that's what I do when I'm creating a layout, is just trying different colors with my photos. So I find for colors, for scrapbook layouts, I like creating with photos first because I'll pull the colors from the photos. Some people like just to create the layout and then add whatever photos. So whichever way is best for you. But I find it, I like the outcome of the layout if I can match the colors to the photos. All right, so we're going to do that. I don't usually get glue that close to it. There we go. All right. So now before I put anything else down, so I have some dimensionals on this photo. So I've photo matted it in basic white. Same with the other two photos. Because this one had more color showing, I decided to pop it up on dimensionals. But because this one was kind of pretty as well, I decided that it should be put on another photo mat. So that's where I found that the peach pie, which I said earlier, I'm not sure if I like the peach pie with the other colors. It's one of our new in colors this year, but it kind of pulls from the photo and from this photo over here. So I'm going with it. I'm just throwing the colors together and I'm going with it. All right. So for this here, because what I also decided was this is 4 inches tall, but this is 4 1/4. So I'm just going to have it kind of center, so it just looks like a piece behind it. And I'm going to cut this one. It's 3 inches. Cut this one in half, I think will do it. And I'm going to cut it right down on the short side in half at 1.5 inches. Then, okay. So then this will go down first. Just visualizing where I want to put that down. So what do you think about these colors together? I'm not a big fan of pink, so I was trying not to use the bubble bath. But then when I was trying to use some of the other colors in the Memories and More pack, none of them looked right. Yeah, that looks about right. So this card pack, it tells you the colors. I like putting mine in an empty stamp case just because then it just keeps it all together, because they come shrink wrapped with this label on it. So it has Blackberry Bliss, Boho Blue, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. So I was trying different colors for this base, and all of them looked too bold. They were all too dark to work with these photos. All right, so now this is going to go here somewhere, and we want to make sure the writing script is not upside down. And then this one over here. And then, so I wanted to have, oops, this photo, I wanted it to cover this, some of this seam, just so it wasn't really noticeable. And then this is going to go here, I think. Like so. And like so. And then we're going to have today and celebrate. And I'm not going to put any journaling on here. I brought a piece of fresh Freesia over if I wanted to add in here, but because there'll be more pages and I have the date, well, the year anyway, and kind of where we are, I have the date here and where we are, and that's all I really need for now. And this is just one of the many times that we were out on the beach. So I don't think I need anything on this page, but you could add, you could put your journaling up in here. You can add some up here or below, or you can put a piece over this. It just depends on how much journaling you want to add. Or instead of adding a photo, say, you could get rid of, I could get rid of my feet and put in a 3x4 journal card. So one of these here, not quite perfect for journaling, but you could use this one or this one. That one, well, that one I've already used, so I wouldn't want to duplicate it right away, but you could put in, this one would be perfect to write on. This one doesn't quite match the colors, but you could put in a piece of basic white or even bubble bath or fresh Freesia as 3x4 and tuck it in that pocket instead. All right, so let's get rid of these for now. And so this I'm going to glue down. So it's in the right spot. Now, did I put it over too far? Yeah. If I can't pick it up, use the take your pick tool. And see, with the adhesive, I can move it over just a little without too much hassle. There we go. And then what I want to do with these is I'm going to make it like a little flag. So cut it off a little bit. And then cut in the center. And then cut in from each side. Let's tidy that up a little bit. Then just put a little bit of glue and slip that right behind the photo. Like so. And then we're going to do the same thing with Celebrate, but I wasn't sure if I should do it at an angle or do it as a, I think I'll do it the same. Trim off a little piece. There we go. And we'll put that on in a few minutes. I want to make sure this is on correctly. All right, so and it comes to find out I say all right too many times because the dogs get all excited when I say it, because it usually means that we get to travel by vehicle to a special donut and coffee shop we like. So I have to be careful what I say. Tell me I'm not the only one that says something too much and their dogs or kids respond so well. Okay. And there I say it again. I almost said all right again. So I think that can go there without too much of a hassle. So now becomes the issue of where it goes. So I think I'm going to grab a ruler just to help. Make sure this is along one of the lines at the bottom so I can line this up kind of, sort of. Maybe, possibly, who knows? And then we want to have it about, okay, this writing script is up. Oopsie. And I moved my ruler, so I'm just going to have a peek. It's not too horrible, but I think it's up too high. Oops. Oh, of course. And you don't have to be too finicky with it. I'm just, there we go. And then this one here, well, this goes here. This one goes so that some of the fresh freesia is showing, I think, over here. All right, so we want it about there. And I could cut this card down if I wanted, if I felt that I would use that half or whatever piece, but I'm not sure if I will. Okay. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Let's go with that. I don't want to mess around with it too much because really once it's in the scrapbook, we're not really going to notice much. And then I'm going to take off some of these dimensional backings. I'm going to put it down first and then I'll put the other one. Kind of like so. Now, the nice thing about pocket pages is I actually took those with me on my trip, my work trip to St. John's. So I was able to have some time off well, I had some time off, of course, while working. And this conference for like 300 people or 200 people. And I was able to spend about an hour doing some scrapbooking, taking the photos and figuring out what order, because I had all decided what photos I was going to use before. And then decided, you know, I'll put these ones together, and I wrote on there, and I'll put these ones together. So that's something I was able to do while away from home. So part of my scrapbooking got done while I was traveling. All right, so now we're going to use some of the putty, and I'm going to start fresh putty. Oops. And the putty is nice because it will pick up these dots. So we have fresh freesia and bubble bath here, and also pool party, I believe, are some of the colors. So I think what I'm going to do is pool party and fresh freesia, and I might use, yeah, the blue is a little, but there's also the peach. So let's use peach and bubble bath and go from there. I'll use one of each color here. I might need some more putty. And all you do is just squeeze so you get some putty at the tip, and then you push it down so the putty picks up the adhesive dot, or what are these ones called? Yeah, adhesive back dots. And then we can take one of the bigger ones, or not. Maybe I need more putty. Although this putty is probably fairly old, so I probably need a new putty. Of course not. Okay, we're gonna go grab some tweezers here. Okay, and we're gonna put a couple peach ones. Just one up. A couple peach ones up there. We have each of the colors, although the purple and the pink kind of disappear. So if I put purple and purple fresh Freesia up here. And now I could go back onto these pages and add the same. So if I wanted to add some of the little dots in here, I could do that. Then we'll add some of the smaller bubble bath dots here. There we go, 2, 4, 6. So I like that. Not a lot, but just enough to give it a little bit more dimension to it. Now, if you wanted to add something to the layout, there is the Thoughtful Journey suite in the annual catalog. It's on page 46 and 47. So there's 6 by 6 designer series paper. This gorgeous, I think it's 12 by 12 by 12 specialty designer series paper, which is really pretty. And it's hard to see, but it's like multicolored with I think it's leaves design. And I do like the dies, but I don't have this suite. So that would be something that you could use to elaborate with or extend the use of the Memories and More cards. So any of the product will be listed below in the description, and I will see you next week. Happy stamping.